And we're live in the server, ready to get going here with Falcons and forZe. And of course, it's time for us to check who forZe's roster is. Ooh, we've got Gokushima in here. Result, Tinier, Krad, Shalfie. And for Falcons, it is the expected suspects here, Alan.
So see how this plays out. Another game of who's AWPing this week, Mike. Because I think Gokushima's a rifler. I haven't covered him many times. But yeah, this was the lineup they were playing in their most recent games, so I guess that's something to work off the back of.
I just pulled up Goku. Ooh, nice shot. All right, there we go. Gokushima showing off early.
Who did he play
here,
for before? I've seen the
learning
name.
about
I can't remember who he played for.
His last team was Wu-Tang, which he played on for about a month on a mix called Wu-Tang. Now he's been dropped down, so Long's been lost to MHL, but in the meantime, Krad's taken out all of his teammates, and him as well for good measure. Allowing X, we bigged up him in the pregame, but he will not connect his shots here and now. So that pistol round, always in control of forZe. Previously, he played for a team called Hotu for about a year, it looks like. And in Dub back in 2021 to 2022. I'm not familiar with him. Looking at it, Hotu played some games against like Ecstatic, NIP, Big. So Hotu is likely where you've seen him before.
Got a hunch I covered him in Annalisa once. That was a long time ago. Is he an AWPer? Let's have a look. Yes.
There you go. AWP settled. Result doesn't need an AWP to get the first result in this round. I hate myself for that one. Krad going to start to stack up the bodies. I mean, look, it was no investment. We weren't expecting much, but this is going very well indeed.
What?
Tinier, panic jump. Panic jump. Won't matter for the round, but they do lose a body, so it's something at least.
Is Krad going to drop an AWP? I would if I was him. Do it.
You think?
Yeah.
I don't know. I think I'm still on the anti-AWP propaganda in CS2 right now. I almost prefer 5 rifles unless you... I mean, I guess it is Overpass.
You can play the range game a lot easier than some other maps. And I think as an AWP, you can always find a good like right-eye jiggle peek on this map. You can't do that on all the others, so...
Look at that nade. That's a perfectly timed nade on the body. Body's just out for a stroll in the park, and he just catches shrapnel. Poor guy. Heavy A lean early. 3 players over this way with a heavy long lean at that.
Yeah. I'm curious what's going to happen if they don't commit to long. So they are Falcons. It's just body, and that is a disaster. Goes out on his own. I hope Boris doesn't try to fight this too hard. There's 3 players in attendance. Doesn't win that duel. Oh, my lord.
Oh, all right.
They're lining up.
That's a really unfortunate play for forZe. Almost looked like, yeah, it was practically a collat. Now they're in trouble. They've taken out 2 players towards A, but they're reading that this might trigger a rotation, which is a reasonable assumption. It's not correct in this particular instance. As they look to hit B, it's well defended. There's 2 players here with rifles. Smoke goes up. That's going to offset the timing here. X presumably doesn't want to go through it. If he does, he's going to have to wait for his teammates to make contact, as they will. That swing haphazard from Tinier, and now Result in trouble. They may not expect a second player here down by Monster, but as you can see, MBK's clearing it. He's taken out. Result knows what that means. Panic is in here, trying to call his teammate over, trying to buy some time. Oh, nifty bit of maneuvering. Actually does keep him alive. That's massive, and he sets up for the next. Result having himself around. Will at least allow his teammate to clutch against a 2 and Shalfie's gone for the silent jump, but he hears his opponent rotating up. So what? To A we go.
Nade the plant.
He's done if they do. It's back truck. It's as safe as could be. Decent guess on the HE. Knows that the player can't be there. Now he knows. MHL's been painted into the corner. What's he reading? He's reading that MHL's going to have to make a move. Patience frames for now. There's the spot, and Shalfie doubted himself. Doubted the nade, I guess. That was the only position he could be in, but Shalfie thought he'd gotten away. Huge round for MHL. First the 2K to make up the mistakes out towards long, and then the clutch.
I guess there could have been a timing.
No,
where MHL
I don't think
have
so.
fell. I think there would have been a slight time where it could have fallen down to stairs, but it was so unlikely. Yeah. That's a tough one. Huge round from MHL. 4 kills. The 2-piece at the start, obviously, let's say a little bit fortunate, because I think Falcons had heavily lost the macro game at that point. MHL bailed them out. forZe, fortunately, though. Bit of cash in the bank. They're going for a double long setup again. MHL's going to commit out alone. Oh, I guess it was body last time.
Interesting.
But the same story, just committing out alone.
That was awkward from a ping perspective. Gokushima, I think, getting hard done by the choice of Peeker's advantage. And Body is going to take full advantage. He's losing teammates elsewhere, but Body might just be the one-man wrecking crew. They should know Krad's still out towards long. This is a lot of information for Falcons to work with as they brought this into a 3v3 again.
Surprised forZe aren't taking B info or leaning hard at A. I guess Krad is calling that he can't hear or see anything. Tenier is aware a player could have walked up the toilet side, the banana side onto A. That's why he's being so slow about this.
I guess I can understand the freeze call, but the problem is that you don't really actually have any good real estate. They're so panicked about a flank coming through here.
They're so scared of Krad pushing long. They're so scared.
They just kind of haven't done anything with all this space that they gained. This is very weird. And Tenier doesn't know how to read it either. There's not a lot of util on forZe, so if this bomb goes down, they're not in a great place.
Oh, look at
But
Krad.
now Krad's getting active. It's all about the timing here. Ooh, just misses the op. Ooh, there's the spot. There's the confirmation. No one's watching his way. Bomb plant denied. And he's got a duel with an offer, so if he wide swing kings this, no. Lau will hit it. Tenier wants to wait for his teammate over, but the Molotov's going to force his hand. He was too late on that. So much health lost for no reason, and the bomb gets down. But this could still be result. It's against it all. Wow, can't miss! And he doesn't even get to pull the shot! Down he goes! Bomb will be defused! Op retrieved at that, and everything's working out. And eventually Rezal will even realize where the bomb is.
What a roller coaster of a round. All over the place, back and forth. I thought forZe had lost that when it went down to a 1-on-2. Result pulls it off. Really slow from Falcons. And we've seen the same default twice on A now. I guess they can be forgiven for thinking it's not going to be a double long setup again. But they paid the price. They paid the price. So we'll see if there's an adjustment from Falcons, see if they change their default. Given the way they're posturing at the moment, the answer is not particularly. Love this 2-1-2 stance. It's actually forZe the changes. Look at them. 4 on B. They're expecting the response to come that way after 2 troublesome AD faults. And Gokushima, good on the flick. Romanian heavy hitter is down.
Better angle to hold. The top stairs fight he tried to take last time is just brutal in CS2. But that one working out. Early results, I'm intrigued to see what Gokushima's got to show us. Right? Nice from Result. Boros just trying to get cheeky through the monster tunnel, as we know Boros likes to do. And so far, this defense is looking good for forZe. Falcons don't really have anywhere to go with this.
This
They
T
had that
side,
long control. They just haven't done anything with it.
the T side feels very, can I say, scrimmy?
Yeah.
Go into a default, let the individuals take their own space.
Yeah.
I've seen that in every gun round so far.
And it just feels like, again, it's a small sample size so far. Ooh, boost up from body. Boost up from body. He's been seen. They didn't react. Tenier was laser focused on his crosshair, I think. But I believe body will have seen him. Yeah, they definitely know. Dink, oh, unfortunate that caught the edge of the pillar, so he's not dead.
Oh, these guys need to go. The rotates are coming. So much cavalry.
Yeah, they're a little late for it. There's only 20 seconds, right? So, I mean, there's just one way, and they're just waiting for a kill. Again, they're so timid to get into the site. They just want the duels. Body does reward them for that, at least, but Result's still here. And I don't think they know he is. So there's going to be one kill. Bomb. It'll go down at least, but they never knew about Result. Even though he had previously gotten a kill from that position on Boros, they just... This is a really disjointed T side right now from Falcons.
Absolutely. You do have to look at the roster, to be honest, and say, in terms of communication...
What language?
Yeah, I mean, it's English, obviously, but Yeah. But I can't imagine it's ideal. And we've seen some funky Counter-Strike out of them in some of these rounds. Half buy to come for Falcons. I'd love to see a pause mic because this is their map pick. It just doesn't look right, does it, at the moment? The one round they've won, heavy part of MHLB has a 4K, a massive 2K spray down at the start and towards long. I'm not sure it's repeatable. And
Body was part of an English-speaking G2 at one point, wasn't he?
He was, yeah.
Or was he only part of the French? Because that's, I think, the only English-speaking roster he's been on until this one.
So all the others have played it. I mean, obviously, MBK is flawless English.
Yeah.
Boros certainly
Flowenex
would have been.
as well.
He would have improved, but I imagine he's still a bit rough around the edges.
Just is a bit odd. It just doesn't. It doesn't. The reason why we're saying this is not that we have any reason to individually doubt anyone's language skills. It's just that from the way the T side is functioning, it doesn't look like they're talking to each other in rounds. Which feels insane to say. But that's just kind of the feeling right now. Thunder stomping around. Shelfie will know he can get up the ladder, so this is going to be interesting on the flank. Gokushima, meanwhile, is holding front bath, so this could actually be a little tough on the Opper, I think. Since he still has to have responsibility out for long, and that's exactly why. He pulls off to check long. That allows X into the wide angle, and now you're in trouble. The flank is developing, we know that, and again, Falcons are stalling out. For good reason this time. They're holding the flank, but they're running out of time. 30 seconds. Are they going to go down? They're going down. It might have been the right read here. forZe may have overplayed their hand. And now they're frozen. They are going to hear the utility on the lower site. Going to drop down.
What's the bomb doing?
The body's walked out late. Why is the bomb in connector? They're going back up top. Tanier doesn't know how to read this because I don't know how to read this, and I can see where everyone is. What do you do if you're Tanier? How can you blame yourself for that call? Body's out. Body's dead. Dropped, and Tanier with a brilliant bit of clutch. So it may have been confusing, but at the end of the day, it's a 4-piece. It's a round win, Alan. And what the hell is happening with Falcons?
I don't know. What was happening there at the end was Lau had stopped waiting for one of his teammates on the sides to call it's fully clear. They would have been better off just going as a pack onto one of the sites there. That is a mess. And, well, what a round to bring up communication issues, Mike. That didn't look good at all, did it? Right at the end. Oh, my lord.
It's very weird.
I think a poignant question to ask in the scenarios like this as we go through these rounds is try at all times to think, what is the plan here? Try and reverse engineer the call. What is the unified goal of this default of this round? And on so many of these rounds, I truly believe the call has just been default. And then off from there, not a whole lot else. Really slow mid-rounding. And forZe has been so proactive with taking space, it's made Falcons really uncomfortable. So I think an injection of pace might help too. Just more decisive, really, because the hesitancy is completely obvious.
Yeah, I feel like timid is the word for me right now. It's like, I don't know. They're so scared of flanks.
It's just so out of the nature of some of these players to play like that. I mean, Boros and Lau being timid players is insanity.
You're absolutely right. I mean, even a body, right? Not usually what we would think of as being characteristic for him. Just kind of seems out of sorts. Unfortunately, we've clearly had some players drop out. So we're going to have some players drop back in, and we're going to medic some things, and we're going to fix the HUD, and we're going to do this, that, and the other thing. But right now, we're trying to diagnose what's going on with Falcons, because it is just odd to watch. Like, there's if you're wondering why, at least for me, why I feel so a little bit lost trying to observe what's happening here and diagnose, there comes a time where you've watched so many games of Counter-Strike that there's just a way that you expect things to develop in your head. And when it's just very much not, which is what's happening right now, it can give you a bit of pause, Alan.
Yeah, I was just actually checking because I think Zonic hasn't actually been announced yet, has he? He's left Vitality.
Think so.
I mean,
basically,
it's an open secret, obviously, that it's coming. But I don't think Sonic's in the server right now, because that would be very useful as a calm head in this sort of situation. But I can imagine Sonic's not enjoying himself watching this game at the moment. It just looks like a mess, to be honest. Yeah.
I think based on what I read, basically his contract with Vitality was through the end of the year.
Yeah.
And he offered to stay on and continue doing things, but once they found out, they said, time for the future. Let's move on. Let's figure it out with XQTaz. But speaking of things that we need to figure out, it seems like this server issue is going to take just a little bit longer. So we're going to go ahead and take a quick break here, folks. And when we're back, Counter-Strike.
Don't speak for a couple of weeks. I'll be in his place till he calls and says he's sorry. This situation's on repeat, just like a scratch on a CD. It just gets deeper when you hit rewind. How many nights will you make this decision? Nights ending tears and it's blurring your vision. You know he don't love you, that you're holding on to. Scream through the phone even though he won't listen. I'm still not enough. You wanna be done with him, you're stuck with him, 'cause you don't have the guts. And after all I've done, I'm still not enough. Still at your place, trying to make it okay. These miles away, I'm left here reusing. That you just need someone caring for you. When will you see me more than you rescue?
Oh, uh-oh, uh-oh, uh-oh. I pulled
Almost.
the trigger a little prematurely there.
Almost.
New game, new bugs, new fun things to discover and learn, folks. Shout outs to whatever that error message was. I have had a couple of fun bugs on the latest patch where someone gets kicked out of the server via a crash and then they can't rejoin. So, you know, Valve's just finding new and interesting ways to make Counter-Strike an interactive experience, shall we say.
Variety is the spice of life. And you know, we were talking about how, you know, in real sports you have injuries, or if it's motorsport you have crashes. We need an equivalent. We need massive tech problems.
Well, we do have an equivalent. They're also called crashes. So
yeah,
all good.
not quite as deadly.
Ours usually don't cost millions of dollars and potentially threaten life and limb, though. Yeah,
No.
which one might say is an advantage.
Yeah.
Speaking of threatening life and limb, I don't know where I'm going with this. I just started this sentence, Alan. I got nothing.
We need something, because
Falcons really haven't given us much meat to talk about, so let's
No.
talk about forZe. forZe looked good, all right? Gokushima with the AWP looks good early. Result's been looking really nice since the swap to CS2, which is cool. He's a young talent that you're hoping to be good. And look, Tanir got caught in a weird place in that last round we watched, but also I don't blame him, and then he won the round, right? Did he win the round, or was it someone else who did?
No, it
Or
was
him?
Result, I think. Came in second.
Was it
and
Result?
won the round, yeah.
Yeah.
But,
Either way, the young guns for forZe are looking good, Alan.
Yeah, I mean, we've got a lot of CS left to play in this series, but if you look at the lineups on paper, you have to say, hands down, Falcons are the better players. It's not even debatable. I don't think it's even close, but forZe seem to be playing some decent Counter-Strike. It's proactive, it's aggressive, it's decisive, it's everything that Falcons isn't at the moment. So I like the brand of Counter-Strike forZe are playing, and whatever's going on for them behind the scenes, there's clearly some pieces here, and we know the depth of talent in this region that there's got to be a decent combination. forZe can build back towards being a top 30, top 25, maybe even top 20 team.
Yeah, I mean, there's definitely something exciting here, and I mean, it seems like they're likely trying out players, if I had to guess. I think Shalfie is theoretically calling for them as well, which, if that's true, you've got a really young core.
Is he about 20?
21, I think.
Yeah. That's really, I mean, Jerry was very young, I guess, when he started. So
he is the longest standing member of the roster as well, right? He's been on the team since 2021. He was sort of the only piece to make it through those various iterations of the Jerry rosters. And generally speaking, if you last in a Jerry roster, it's because you've got a brain for the game, and you can understand what the mad scientist is cooking up. So probably a good sign there, if you think about it, having that consistency. But we do appear to be back in the server, which is good, because we've been rambling on.
Someone we should mention with forZe is Fierce, coach of that team. I think he came in at the start of last year. Jerry's talked him up enormously in terms of helping that team strategically. So, you know, if we're talking variable lineup, new players in and out, and the forZe that's still playing, you know, decent team Counter-Strike, surely Fierce is doing a lot of that work.
Is Crad really 10-3? Yes, he is. He's been having a good game. Oh, gonna get himself another one here, as does Gokushima. Gotta be careful, they're getting stuck, and yeah, Gokushima overstays his welcome just a little bit, but look at the long play. Shalfie's taking the space in the meantime, and they're not gonna be watching for this. They just dealt with everybody. They're not expecting more players. I don't think they know. It's a silencer. Someone comes back for it. Oh, MHL read it. I thought the silencer might have not been spotted, but now it's been a disaster. There's another flank developing. Tanir's pushing this, and he's got it as well. So now how do you read this? Falcons, they have to fight forward. They can't go back. They know there's a flank potentially there. Meanwhile, Result hears them stomping around up top. He will have even, I think, heard Body go into bank. This is so weird again. Again, and he's going to make it work. Not for the second. It comes down to another clutch. Tanir is on the wrong side of the map for this one. Bomb will be down. Let's see if Lau can come alive at the critical juncture here for Falcons.
This is really tough for Tanir. Doesn't have a smoke for the bomb. It's a good plant for Lau. He could be playing stairs. He could be playing bank. Such a great fight. And Tanir with a nade out. Surely gets shot. Doesn't. But even so, Molly on the bomb.
That wins it.
This is so good for Lau.
There's no smoke. Kill has to be instant. It is. There's time. There's time enough. 1 HP. Could have ticked that Molly anymore. Tanir, how have you done this? You snatched victory from the jaws of defeat. Lau played that so well, but he just couldn't land the pivotal bullet.
Falcons can't win an afterpart and save their life at the moment. It's another round where forZe correctly guess. They had 4A there. They went big man advantage. They blew it. Falcons should have been bulldozed in that round. Never have been in it in the first place. But a few mistakes maybe from forZe allowed Falcons into it. And even then, even with the miracle transpiring, Falcons cannot win the round. Boris doesn't have a kill yet. Lau is being ineffective. The 2-star rifles of this team on a map which is about defaulting, about taking space, about getting aggressive and taking fights, have had no impact on this map so far.
Smoke to isolate this fight here in Concrad. Sticking around. And the spam trades 1 for 1. I mean, Shell at least able to get that one back, but proactive. I don't know about that one, Chief. Oh, we're all right. Result's not. Tanir gonna have his hands full again. This one a little less likely. Burning, shot down, ended. This should finally be a round for Team Falcons. Surely, it's gotta be. Gokushima has to save.
And he has to save. Look at the money. They'll force in the next because they have no loss bonus. Boros, perfect timing. Couldn't even nab an AWP for MHL if desired. Nope. It's down the rifles. Well, forZe indeed can't actually have their cake and eat it, it seems, on this CT side. They have no cash in the bank. No. They have to force buy. So Falcons, despite losing afterplant after plant, it might come good in the end. They can still make good on this T side. That money is gone. Result is gone for a FAMAS, no armor. That is bold. Maybe they're planning to boost him or something, because I mean, trade that with a Deagle, you know? Give it someone with the body armor.
Even if you're getting boosted, I feel like the Deagle or the Scout even would be better. Ooh, we are chugging along here. A body is chugging his way through a smoke. This is ambitious. He's gonna bail, but they're stuck in the pipe. Ooh, very fortunate that no one was quite set up to get aggressive and punish them. Krat, speaking of getting punished, they know he's here. He's a smoky boy, and they are going to nade him. And with that, the A defense is gone. Full rotation of the pistols will be attempted, but you just don't really fancy their chances in this one.
What was that, Mike?
Okay. All right.
What was that, Mike?
Glass cannon.
What was that, Mike?
Results stack them up. And again, what we see for Falcons is they're so timid to get into the site. All right, buddy. Do you realize there's still a player water? No, you do. At the cost of Lau and X and the bomb being dropped, it's all on body. They're swinging him, and just like that, forZe are back to their winning ways. What an absolute abject disaster for Falcons. They had the site. They had all of A. They knew there were players on B, and they just didn't do anything with it.
They had loads of nades as well, and they just chose to keep contacting in. Oh my. That is the dictionary definition of a catastrophe.
How?
Just as Falcons are about to make good on that T side. Well, thank God they have cash in the bank.
They got wrecked by a glass cannon FAMAS.
That first deagle shot onto Boris from Shalfie was filth.
That was nice.
Oh my lord.
Falcons. That's,
I mean, piece it together, right? We have the first few gun rounds. Comms look off. Very indecisive. They lose a lot of afterplants. Heavily reliant on communication. Playing those crossfires, you know. Playing off each other's contacts. We just had what we just saw against pistols. Lack of utility. Bad spacing.
How does he get away with that?
This Falcons team is a mess right now.
It is indeed. Molotov's
The only thing that's keeping them in this game are individuals.
Look at Crad. Look at Crad and MHL. Does Crad check? I don't think Crad saw it. MHL actually could be past it. No, he comes back to it. So he must have seen the player. Gonna come back.
Crad's just keeping it going. Look at him.
I mean, why not at this point? He's about to find the bomb. And he's lost that duel at least. So Falcons have dealt with the flank. They're still down a man. They're still milling about. There's 40 seconds left on the clock.
Fukushima is really low.
Spawn side.
So Tanir's just peeked monster. He sees nothing.
Surely
yeah,
they rotate
Tanir's
up.
going to peek. Tanir pushes. Okay. The rotates need to be sprinting now to help Fukushima.
20 seconds. Players out of position to defend this. They just need to get this bomb down. Rotations are very late. Oh, but now he's out. Now he's out in the right position. Shelfie's causing problems. 10 seconds. NBK coming back off this. You don't have time. The flank is there. NBK, you're a goner. Again, forZe miss the window and Result punishes. Falcons missed the window. Yeah, they slammed into the wall.
Falcons missed the window.
forZe
are finding all the windows. I mean, credit to forZe. Falcons, yeah, they're leaving gaps, but you still have to be aggressive and decisive to, you know, exploit the weaknesses. They've been brilliant. Result has been amazing. Crad has opened up a lot of these rounds. Result has been the closer in my eyes. Fukushima's had a fair few important kills too. So forZe might not have much money in the bank, but they're making very good on this T side. 2 rounds to go. Anything from here is a massive bonus.
Based on what we've seen so far, I have no reason not to think they're going to take that bonus straight to the bank. Because I've seen nothing right now from the Falcons side to really inspire confidence. Smoke from Bath, they're trying to take the space. Crowd under pressure, follows the tracers, collects on MHL. He's going to be away, back towards site, unpunished. Information gained that there's more players here. At least they're accelerating. This I don't mind. This I don't mind. They're going fast. They're trying to catch the crowd off. There's still control towards long. Good use of the nade. Shelfie's in the angle, but now they rotate off. You had the moment. Carpe diem. Seize it. Instead, you're milling about in bathrooms, fighting the guy long. Doing nothing with the space. Boros is even tagged on that fight. Now Boros individually swinging long. Shadow giving himself away, but he gets away with it. Good shot from Boros. And it means that Tanir can't rotate down. So now they're split up on sites. Surely this for Falcons has to be something. It may make me eat my words about the pace of play. Result, a rare miss. And Tanir needs to save.
Absolutely. Boros is on the hunt already. It's kind of worth it. I mean, Falcons are going to win this round. They're going to buy anyway. Tanir loses that rifle. Boros with 4 after what's been a very troublesome half. The young Jordan. It doesn't change my opinion, though, on this team, Mike. Falcons were not playing good Counter-Strike in that round. Boros just saved them.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the whole we take the site, we isolate the player, and then we just rotate back. And then I don't know. It's very wishy-washy.
Lackadaisical, maybe?
They don't have, yeah, I mean, it feels like their first instinct is if they kill the site anchors to leave, which just feels very counterintuitive. This one should be good for them because it's just Crad. He's just Crad. Ah, Crad! You are the only person on this side of the map. Who's that? What was that, Crad?
I love it. Why not?
I mean, it funneled them into B, I guess. So mission accomplished? Question mark. And why not? A 4th round on for Falcons. What a way to get frisky there to end things. A little bit of a recovery for the Birds. We'll be back after this break. And we are into the second half here. Falcons, honestly, feel like they may have gotten a little lucky to get to 4 in some of these rounds, but indeed they're here. And now we may see if they've got a better CT side. 2 players pushing in towards connector early on. They're definitely expecting this B hit, so forZe playing right into their hands. Let's see if forZe can make it a big enough handful. Boros eventually eliminated. Trades going hot and heavy early on, and Body holding the line from Graffiti. Now, though, MHL lost. They still got to deal with Monster, but Lauan-X, he's the critical piece here. And he is somehow going to turn away with that kill, but they're just leaving. They're going A. Look at the health on everybody. We're going
Yeah, they all
hardcore
need to just
mode.
plant a bank, and this surely is impossible for Larry. He doesn't have enough HP. Let's see. They're just going to plant for jump up, but this is fine. These guys just play the full buddy system. Do not let an aimer as strong as Lau take one-on-ones.
Just body shot to win it at this point.
They'll know he's low as well. They'll know that for sure.
Where's bomb planted? Is it on the truck? Oh, it's out in the open as well. Ah, this is so tough. He's already lost it. He's already lost it. Wanted the extra $300 from the kill. Won't get that either. Pistol round goes the way of forZe.
Yeah, Falcons really needed some economic control at the start of this half. Let's see if they force spy. Doesn't look likely at the moment. MBK just getting himself P250. But no, they're saving. Guns out in the third round of the half for Falcons. And a good opportunity now for forZe just to clean up shop. We often see in these rounds, it is really important to keep 4 or 5 alive. Because you know those early resets can be ever so damaging.
Ooh, cheeky boost up. Don't mind that. Give yourselves a chance. But, of course, it does mean that there's no one defending the A site, so this full stack is kind of getting sniffed out here. forZe are finding no resistance in the bathrooms right now. Eventually, surely, they figure out that something's going on here.
Ooh.
Oh, there's a spot.
Yeah, it's good though. It's just more and more confirmation that there's numbers B.
They've only seen Lao so far, and obviously whoever was boosting
Yeah,
them,
I still think it's enough though. They know they got toilets. Even if it's free A, if you're grouped, if you're going with flashes, there's not a lot Falcons could do.
yeah.
You know
So
it's a
that's
full
what's going
eco
to
as well.
happen.
You know it's a full eco.
Smoke in. That goes too deep. So miss the jump up smoke. There's a molly ahead of it, but there's a chance for Lao. Won't be able to capitalize. Still, got to remember those lineups might be slightly different here in CS2. Look, all I'm saying, Alan, is I can throw the jump up smoke, so it's no excuse. If the CS
I mean,
equivalent
given
of a
forZe's
trained
lineup
chimpanzee can
instability,
do
I
it.
wouldn't put it past them to bring you in next week.
Yeah. I'm just going to let them know ahead of time. Going to let them down early. I am not a cracked out 19-year-old.
You also might struggle with the language.
It's not going to happen. I'll probably make about as much sense as most of my game's moms. Were you ever a Halo 3 gamer, Alan?
Not at the time. I have since played some, but not at the time.
You weren't at the time of Halo 3. Why did you play it since? Did you get the Master Chief Collection?
Yeah.
Okay. See, I was going to talk about the multiplayer experience, which I guess was kind of in the remaster, but that pistol round when everyone was low and basically a bullet away from death reminded me of the Halo 3 SWAT game mode.
Yeah.
Which was brilliant fun. Where basically just you had realistic actual gun impact or more realistic, right? You just if you got shot, you were done so. Good times.
What's your point?
I was
Or
just
is it
reminiscing, just nostalgic.
right, okay.
You know? Just like some players on Falcons might be nostalgic for a time when they were the wild youngsters.
MBK
Fragging
major
out.
champion, so he's done a little bit.
He's done a lot.
Yeah.
New game, new challenges. And result on the other side of the server. Oh, but you got to allow an X. Starting to wake up a little bit. Seen some of the juice that gets us excited about this guy. Boro's going to be down. Well, but Lau, taking matters into his own hands, clears out the B side of the map. That's what we like. Initiative taken. Aggressive play from Lau and X. That's what we want to see. Smokes are going to go up. They're going to set up the util set on A. The problem is there's a fly in the ointment, namely MHL here in the bathrooms. Out towards long now. Ah, bomb dropped. No, it's given right over to Shalfie. Or rather, from Shalfie to Gokushima. But they got to be really wary about where they actually plant this bomb. And you could tell they're kind of frozen up. They want to kill some way. Gokushima, that's a bold fight to take. Down he goes. With him, the chances of the round just about slip away. For Krad, it might just be about damage here. With Galil, he's struggling to find the headshots.
Wonder if Fukushima came off the plant there, because it looked like he was going to get it at one point. I guess he came off it to challenge long. Maybe there was a gap. I'm not sure, but I think the main man has to be Lau. Nice first kill. He gets aggressive through the bottom connector smoke on a teammate's flash. Comes good. He was having a really tough start to this game, so he's already back in a much more stable position with regards to the scoreboard. And it's forZe. Well, their money's unstable. Look at this. 3 Tech 9s. Fast mid-take. Why not, I guess, if you're on the pistols. And when is Lau going to come hunting?
Michelle collects the first. There, everybody here in the bathrooms. I mean, this could get frisky. So far, so good. Body and NBK holding up ably on the site itself. And with the rifle now dropped, I mean, whatever danger there was in this round has been circumvented. They haven't even had to have Lau get active. So he's just been playing contain this whole time. Making sure that Result can't get out of here. And eventually he'll come in for the finishing blow.
Very nice. That round kind of feels like game on to me. forZe can't buy here. They got an eco. Be 10-7. Especially if Falcons can build up some money, which was something forZe never did in their CT campaign. So let's keep this one clean. And we might have an overpass on our hands. Who's been good? Krad was sensational in the first half. Result 2. Results cooled off, actually. Wasn't Result about... Wasn't he 13-5 or something at one point? That sort of ballpark? I'm sure he was way ahead of the pack early on. MHL's come good. He started off well. Body, I think, has been the consistent performer. Of course, Lau getting engaged. I think Boros was 0-6. Something as well at the start of this game.
Yeah. 0. I think he more than that. It was a long time before Boros woke up. But we're liking the change. MHL gets 1, 2, and sets up the third as they try and retrieve his gun. Not expecting much out of this round.
Oh my.
Yeah. I mean, you could... That's just CS2, right? Sprays are not nearly as clean as they should be. Because everyone's trying to compensate for the peekers. And Shelfie can't connect with his P250.
All right. 4 alive.
You've seen a couple of these. It feels like players are trying to predictively spray instead of actually... Like, it's... Instead of trying to hit what they see on their screen, they're trying to hit where they anticipate the player's going to go right now. And that's just the joys of the Counter-Strike 2 effect.
Yeah, and of course they can counter-strafe, and it can look a little bit silly. We've seen some of these fights, but that is the world we exist in at the moment. Right. Focus up, forZe. You haven't closed this map out yet. Default to start. A 3A start for Falcons. This MHL posts up on long. He's got Lau with him for company. But actually they're going to give it up. I wonder what inspired them to fall off. I don't think they've got any info. Very passive from Falcons. It's out all the way back.
It's off down deep. Showing off the map for some reason. That's fun. But a lot of noise being made here. Lau and X certainly will be calming this. So there's a lot of information. We haven't seen much from forZe right now. Shelfie didn't think the player was still in the corner. Comms maybe missing there. We're seeing Falcons now run this back. Another shot hit for MHL. Oh,
wow.
and the second. That's pretty. Now this round has come to a grinding halt, and forZe suffering from some of the ills we were seeing from Falcons in the first. This one's just a non-starter.
I don't think it's worth saving Brad. I don't think it's worth putting the money out of balance. But he will. He's going to give it up. MBK.
Oh, he might get clocked. He might get clocked. Brad, you die right before time. Oh my goodness, that almost got real bad.
I think he might even realized and decided I need to fight right at the end. Okay, wow, the wheels have really fallen off since the half switch. Really fallen off. Another eco to come from forZe. Bit of U-turn the bank. They can half buy Tech 9 armor, that sort of jazz here. The Falcons, they've got money in the bank. They can, they can withstand a couple losses and probably still buy. As long as they don't fall foul to the pistols again, this is game on, absolutely.
And surely they don't. Surely not. It's been so much better since the half switch. Flashbang on. Phil Kushima, I think, may have just been spotted around the corner there. X-ray makes it a little tough to tell. But forZe did not get the fight they were hoping for in con, so they will abandon it and mass for some sort of a play. I'm reading the tea leaves here, Alan. They will, in fact, make a play towards one of the sites at some point.
Wow. Those are some good tea leaves.
Nostradamus.
Absolutely. Surely it's going to be A.
Surely.
They could fake and run down, but why would you? You can explode through the smoke, actually, on a good flashbang if you know the lineup. But it's going to be Banana instead. Here we go.
MHL gets one. Was wondering if he might be a bit too exposed, but he gets his and he fades away. Going to be overwhelmed here by pistols, but the flashbangs are good in MHL. No scoping is great. Bomb trying to get down, but then no one was watching the flank, and Lauex is quick to snatch upon that. Well done from Falcons. A little bit of a hectic round attempted there from forZe, but Falcons weathered the storm.
How's nobody got the AWP? Guess they weren't thinking about it. Pause in from forZe. Maybe they could have done with a pause earlier on this terrorist campaign. It's already slipped a bit too much for my liking. forZe are definitely no longer the favourites to win this map. There's so much cash on the Falcons side. And this investment now, this buy to come, it's going to do a lot to set the pace. What is the move, forZe? Had a lot of rounds where losing numbers on the defaults. Maybe a more simpler approach, a pointed hit towards B, heavy A default to ensure control. Something we're on the same page. Died a lot to Lau in connector. MHL's been getting a lot of opening kills too. We've got to get onto a site in an even scenario, or we're going to map down.
These feel like one of those situations where you just say, "To hell with it, Monster Rush."
Not quite hit those panic stations, but I like something where they're just going to play together. This round we're swinging behind a molly.
Ooh, they might have Lau a little stuck here. This seems to be the attempt here, right? Isolate the connector player, force him down, put him in a tough position, force him in on the fight. If they wait for the smoke to fade, Molotov's down. This could work. There's the molly down. That's keeping Lau bottled in, but he's just good. He's just good for it. He got a flash from MBK. That sets him up. He takes down
What's going on?
There's no one there for the trade. They've forgotten that he's here. He went through the Molotov. That's why they overlooked it. And they're very fortunate that Shelfie snaps around in time to get that kill.
That was borderline. That was borderline. Even so, Lau's done so much to disrupt this default. There's still 2 on A for Falcons. As MHL is playing wide on Banana. Peeks through the angles. Crad is down. And will that funnel these remaining forZe players into B?
It's been doing really well with the AWP on the CT side, MHL has. And in particular, because it doesn't look like... To my eye, it doesn't look like he's abusing the CS2 nature of it, right? He's playing what we would expect to be more traditional AWPing. Ooh, as I say this is going to get weird right now. Body goes forward. Might have just missed them on the push. That leaves MHL to get dropped, but Gokushima, that's a blunder. You did not have bathrooms cleared. That's a huge oversight from the young gun. And Body may have just ended this round because they need to get the bomb planted. He's already out towards long. Numbers are going to get punched in, but Shelfie and Tanir need to be heroic. And Tanir is. Shelfie as well. Leaves it all to Boros. Suddenly this has all gone awry. Drops at just the right moment. Boros reveals himself, but on the same angle is Shelfie. 4 huge kills for the captain of this squad to put them up to 11.
Massive round. Absolutely colossal. From Shelfie. Just as Falcons getting traction in this game. An absolute godsend to save it in the end. It looked really bad. They're being indecisive. They were so slow. And they just find that sliver of a timing to walk through toilets, get behind MHL, who's been such a menace in these last few rounds. And even Lau in the back lines as they're hitting A. Wasn't enough. Pause in from forZe as they realize the gravity here. If you can win this round, 3 map points. Lose this, Falcons have so much money. You're back on the eco. Overtime then feels like a good result. And, as much as forZe did just win a round, they have not fixed their defaults. They're still losing numbers, and Lau in connector is a big problem for them.
He's been such a difference maker. I mean, just how difficult he is to kill. I mean, you could tell the whole focus of the start of that last round was to kill Lau, and he still gets his, and nearly the second as well.
Credit to MBK, that flash was the only thing that kept Lau alive. Teamwork makes the dream work. 4B start for the Falcons, and I don't blame them, Mike. There's been a lot of desperate, troublesome A defaults from forZe that haven't really worked, so why not gamble on a B opening? It's not like you're losing that much. Body's now moving up.
Look at so much utility just got committed to trying to kill Lau and clear out connector. 2 smokes, I think a Molotov, maybe a flash as well. Just committed to trying to kill one player. Ooh, better watch your angles. MHL tipped off early there. Shelfie not careful on the pixels, and now the utility comes out. But before the smoke blooms, MHL is one more cheeky peek. How does that work? Oh, Crad bails out his teammate. Movement gods there. Crad might be gone. Indeed he is, but look at this. And it's down to 1 as I guess Boros is dropped out.
Yeah,
he's out of the map. He's hovering through walls. So it's just down to Lau. They don't really have the money to go. Problem, and he's spotted, and Tanir will drop him down. So this comeback, it's come so far, it's gotten so close, but now forZe has secured map point. The money is in shambles, and they get 3 chances to seal the deal on this round.
So Boros is back. I wasn't paying full attention, but I'm quite confident the damage was done before Boros had a problem, so I think we're going to continue. I'm stunned the Falcons aren't taking a pause, by the way, just to reset, because I think they win that round if Boros is alive. We've had so many players on B. But here we go. 3 chances for forZe. Been a scrappy T-side, to put it lightly, after a blinding defense. And what a great start. 1 for Tanir. Result swings. Boros down. Man advantage. And only Body left on B.
Body at barrels. He hasn't been cleared. They're not looking his way. There it is. Okay. Shelfie catches, capitalizes. Big plays from the captain once more. And this could be over. Krad's flanking. I want to get him a little closer early on, but with Lau dropped, it's just MHL. They may never even need Krad. Thunderfooting it is MHL. He knows he's not got a lot of time. And first he has to deal with the result. Backing out. Can't be doing that. Out of time, out of chances, out of life. 13-9 goes the map for forZe. They take the first very handily, I would say. Alan, there's a chunk in the middle where forZe seemed a little lost, but otherwise in control.
Yeah, outside of the start of that T side was a bit funky, but